Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hi all, welcome to this session on commodity derivatives and risk management, and today we are going to start discussing on different aspect of weather derivatives, exchange traded weather derivatives. And before we go to today's session, I would like to highlight that this exchange traded derivative contracts are not used to mitigate catastrophic weather related events. So, catastrophic weather related events like loss arising out of earthquake or tsunami or excessive rainfall and maybe excessive snowfall. So, those are the risks which gets mitigated by insurance contract. However, many companies enter into this exchange traded derivative contracts which are used to mitigate revenue related loss because of minor variation in weather parameters. Let's take the examples of some of the minor variation of weather parameters and how it can affect the revenue of some of the companies, some of the businesses. And all of us, we know that whenever there is variation in temperature, the agricultural quantum of agricultural output may go down, or even if quantum does not go down, maybe the quality of the agricultural output may take a hit, may take a the quality of output may not be so good. Similarly, you have aviation industry which gets severely affected at times because of the fog, and all of us in India we know there are many flights gets cancelled because of the fog during the winter months. Similarly, construction activities, many construction companies are not able to proceed with their construction activities during the rainy season, and event management companies, tourism companies are also affected by variation in weather parameter. One example of weather risk which is not catastrophic in nature is the beer sales. Beer sales in India drop significantly in summer months if the summer has been mild. So, it is not a catastrophic loss event. Decline in in summer temperature cannot be treated as a catastrophic weather parameter. However, this affects the revenue of beer manufacturing companies. Similarly, if the rainfall has been low, you have electricity companies generate lesser electricity and generate lesser revenue. Similarly, mining companies at time halt mining operation if there has been excess rainfall, and I am not using the word excessive rainfall. Even if at times there has been little more rainfall and mining companies, there may be flooding and mining companies are not able to continue with their mining operation. So, many businesses face revenue risk when weather parameters change. So, this particular document shows some of these weather change in the weather variable and the business risk. Air conditioning companies do not sell enough number of ACs if the summer has been mild, and let's say hot coffee and ice cream manufacturing companies sell less number of units if the winter is not cold enough or summer is not hot enough. Similarly, electricity generation companies, and there is a demand for electricity due to warmer winter or colder summer. Specifically, if the summer is not very hot, many people do not switch on the AC, and the total demand for electricity also goes down, and in turn revenue of these electricity companies. Similarly, many other companies like let's say this woolen garments manufacture also, its revenue also gets affected if the winter is not cold enough. So, to summarize, weather insurance covers the risk associated with high risk and low probability events or catastrophic events. These catastrophic events are their magnitude of loss is substantially higher, but the probability of this happening is very low. However, what we are going to talk or what we are going to discuss in this session are those weather related risks which are high probability but of low magnitude. That is, temperature in a given summer month may be very high, and another summer month may be low, and this variation in temperature may affect the sales of a particular company. So, this company can utilize derivative contracts, weather derivative contracts, to mitigate the revenue risk. And in India, you have many insurance which is available to Indian farmers. So, all these insurance companies normally provide insurance, sum assured, whatever the amount of insurance cover a particular farmer has taken, only when there has been a loss. If there is no loss, then the insurance company does not pay anything. But except the last one, all other insurance are of same nature. That is, only when there is a loss, the insurance company pays money to the farmers. Let's spend couple of minutes understanding what is this rainfall insurance scheme for coffee growers. This is particular document which has been prepared by the Karnataka Rainfall Insurance Scheme for Coffee. So, this is all details are here. I am not going into this detail because it's quite a big document running into 138 page. So, let's spend little more time only focusing on some important aspect. So, who are the people who can buy this insurance? This is the coffee producers from coffee planters from Chikmagalur, Kodagu and Hassan district of Karnataka, and both Robusta and Arabica variety of coffees are covered. And what is the duration of the insurance? Duration of the insurance is very clearly mentioned. This blossom sour period, which starts from 1st March to 30th April for Arabica, and 1st March to 15th April for Robusta coffee. You have similarly backing sours, you have monsoon sour period and post monsoon sour period. And this particular table also shows what is the insurance premium which these planters have to pay if they want to take coverage for all 4 periods or any specific period. So, if all 4 periods they are interested to take, they have to pay for Arabica 40,000 rupees per hectare, if I am not mistaken. Yes, this is the maximum sum insured per hectare. So, they are going to get back, they are going to receive 40,000 rupees per hectare of coffee which is being planted by these planters. Now, And when the payment is going to happen, the payment is going to happen only when there is a difference in the rainfall. So if the rainfall is beyond certain limit, so this is the payout shall commence if the rainfall is below 25 mm for Arabica and 20 mm for Robusta during the specified period in 5 consecutive days, and full payout is given if the rainfall is below 5 mm. So if the payout shall commence, so commence means if the actual rainfall is less than 25 mm for Arabica coffee planters, so the company, insurance company, is going to pay to the coffee planters some graded amount of insurance. Only when the total rainfall is less than 5 mm, the coffee planters are going to get the full sum assured of 40,000 per hectare if the farmer has gone for a insurance cover for all 4 seasons. So this is one example of of a insurance contract where the insurance company is going to make payment irrespective of whether the planters have incurred loss or not. So just with respect to the rainfall, if rainfall is less than a given range, the insurance company will start making payment to the coffee planters. However, most of the other insurance products are with respect to catastrophe related losses, and even if they do not cover catastrophe related losses, they these companies, insurance companies, make payment only when actual loss has happened. Now let's go to this particular slide. As mentioned in this slide, this weather risk does not emanate from catastrophic events like earthquake, tornado and flood. Weather risk can emanate from ordinary variation in climatic conditions. So this is the highlight of the discussion, that is weather risk emanates from ordinary variation in climatic conditions. So temperature can vary, and with the variation in temperature, a company's sales may go up or go down. So weather derivatives, exchange traded weather derivatives, are used to hedge this kind of a risk. So which are these risks are non-catastrophic in nature. Now let's go to two of the popular contracts which is traded at Chicago Mercantile Exchange. These two contracts are known as heating degree days and cooling degree days. So what exactly is a heating degree day contract? Or let's first understand what is a heating degree day. Which day can be categorized as a heating degree day? A day can be categorized as a heating degree day if it is cool enough for people to start their heating appliances. Let me repeat, if it is cold enough for people to start their heating appliances, then only it will be treated as a heating degree day. Similarly, which day will be treated as a cooling degree day? A day will be treated as a cooling degree day only when it is hot enough for people to start their air conditioning. So that is your cooling degree day. So the contracts, weather contracts traded at CME is based on these two concepts, that is heating degree day concept and a cooling degree day concept. Now let's go and understand what little more about these two contracts. Now so as we mentioned, a day will be treated as a heating degree day when the temperature is low enough for people to start their heating appliances. So how do we calculate what is the SDD value for a particular day? So please see this one, this SDD heating degree day value for I is your for a given day. is max of 0 comma base temperature minus Ti. Ti is the temperature, average temperature for a given day. So how do we calculate Ti? Ti is temperature on a given day I. So maximum temperature for plus minimum temperature divided by 2. So if this Ti temperature for a given day is is low enough for people to start their air conditioning, then only it will be treated as a heating degree days. So how it will be, what will be the value of HDD? So it will be max minus max of 0 comma base temperature minus Ti. So how do we find out? Let's say this base temperature is for Kharagpur. Suppose we are calculating the which day is a HDD for HDD for Kharagpur. Let's say base temperature we are going to take let's say 37 degree. Base temperature is if you take 37 degrees centigrade. So if we are taking 37 degree centigrade, and let's say this, what is the Ti value on a given day? Suppose we find out given day, it is average of high and low is 22 degree. So will it be treated as a heating degree day? So max of 0 comma base temperature minus Ti. So 37 degree minus 22 degree is 15 degrees. So will it be treated as a heating degree day? Yes. So it will be treated as a heating degree day, and the total value of HDDI will be 15 degrees centigrade. Of course, this we in Kharagpur probably we do not start the we never require a heating we never start any heating appliances, because Kharagpur temperature is not good, does not go below so much that we require heating. And specifically these contracts are for USA. So when there is excess snow and all, and the temperature goes down this base temperature, and people start their heating appliances, and it is categorized as a heating degree day. Now let's take this example. So let's say cooling degree day. So how do we say whether a day is a cooling degree day or not? It will be max of temperature on a given day minus base temperature. So if temperature on a given day, average temperature in a given day is higher than the base temperature, then we treat it as a cooling degree day. Now let's take an example of let's calculate CDD value for a week at KGP. So which day we will be calling as within a week, which days will be called as a cooling degree days. Suppose we take the base temperature as 29 degrees centigrade. So somewhere let's say we are able to measure the temperature of prevailing at Kharagpur. So there has to be an independent party who will be measuring the temperature prevailing at Kharagpur. So highest temperature and lowest temperature recorded on a given day will be used to calculate the average temperature for that day, and that will be denominated as Ti. So what is our base temperature? Base temperature, let's say we have taken 29 degree. So on a given day, let's say the Ti is 33 degree. So whether this one will be treated as a cooling degree day or not? Yes, it will be treated as a cooling degree day because it is more than 29 degree. So 33 degree minus 29 degree, which is your base temperature. So that is your 4 degree. So the value of CDD for day 1 is 4 degree. Similarly, we have day 2, the average temperature is 32, this is more than 29, so we will have 3 degree as the CDD value for day 2. Day 3, what is the value? Day 3 is your 28 degree. So it is the value of CDD is max of, let's focus on max of 0, Ti minus base temperature. So what is our Ti? Ti is 28 degree and T base temperature is 29 degrees. So this side is minus 1 degree. So we will be only taking 0. We will not be taking max of 0 and minus 1 is 0. So we will be taking 0 as your CDD value. Similarly, other days, similarly it will be calculated, and CDD value for Kharagpur for the week is 14 degree. That is sum total of the 7 days CDD values. So similarly, for any place we will be able to calculate what is the CDD or HDD value, and this CDD and HDD value forms the basis of futures contract which gets traded at CME. Now please focus on this, and if you see, heating degree days futures contract will be traded only when only during winter months, because if months are colder enough or cool enough for people to start their heating appliances, then only it will be treated as a heating degree day. So HDD futures contract at CME has contract months for November, December, January, February, March, April and October. Okay, there's a repetition, it should be January, February, March, April and October, November, December. Similarly, CDT futures contract at CME will have has May, June, July, August, September. And one interesting point about this temperature contracts are that these are location specific. So summer months in USA will be winter months, probably it will be winter months in Australia. So if the CDD contracts will have the other months in Australia than which is being traded at CME for US locations. So this is the US monthly weather heating degree day contract specification I have downloaded. So what is the, if you see which are the listed months are November, December, January, February, March and October, April. So October, November, December, January, February, March and April, and these are financially settled, and what is the how much settlement value or what is the contract unit, $20 times the respective CME degree day index. Let's go to a real life example so that we understand a little more on how these contracts are treated. Now let's say a SDD contract, how SDD contract is utilized by a wheat farmer. Let's say a wheat farmer from Minneapolis knows that the warmer winter is good for wheat production. So if winter is warmer, relatively warmer, then its quality as well as the quantity of wheat which is going to be produced is going to be good. So better quality and better quantity, higher quantity of wheat it will be able to produce. Now the farmer is happy if there is less number of days requiring heating. So the months are or days are not cold enough for requiring heating. So if there are more number of heating degree days, this farmer is going to incur loss. Let me repeat, if there are more number of heating degree days, that means the days temperature is cold enough for people to start their heating appliances. That means they are cooler days. So if days are cooler, it is the farmer is going to incur loss. So how the farmer will be able to mitigate this risk by using the SDD contract. So he will incur loss if SDDs are higher value. So the farmer will take long futures on SDD contract. If here is true and there are more number of days requiring heating, so he will be gaining from the futures contract. So please see this payoff. So as you can see, the farmer takes a long futures position on 100 contracts at 625. So SDD value is at 625, and the farmer fears that the colder winter is going to happen and he is going to be incurring loss in terms of the quality of wheat it is going to produce, and maybe the quantity of wheat the farmer is going to produce. So the farmer took long futures at 625. Let's say the farmer fear came to be true and the SDD settled SDD contract settled exactly at 690. So when the farmer has taken a long futures contract, somebody must have taken the short futures contract. So if the contract settles at that is SDD contracts value settles at 690, the farmer will receive cash from the counterparty. So how much cash he is going to receive? He is going to receive $20 into the difference into 100 contracts. So it took long futures at 625 and the futures value has gone up to now 690, and the farmer is going to benefit, and the benefit amount is going to be coming to $130,000 US dollar. Now let's say, suppose the farmer's fear has not been right and the farmer entered into the long futures contract and the contract closed at 603. Not many days required heating. So you have this is a warmer winter, and you have the farmer will be paying cash. So how much cash the farmer will pay? Farmer will pay $20 into the difference, that is 625 minus 603 into 100 contracts. So that is coming to your $44,000. So with this let me summarize what we discussed. We discussed about catastrophic weather related events which are managed by, or this kind of risk gets mitigated by insurance contract. So change in weather parameter and leading to loss of revenue for some companies can be mitigated by exchange traded weather contracts. And we started discussing what is a SDD contract and what is a CDD contract. And SDD contracts are those or a day can be treated as a SDD day if it requires heating. So if the actual temperature is less than the base temperature, then only it will be treated as a heating degree day. And similarly, in case of a cooling degree day, if the temperature is high enough and more than the base temperature requiring air conditioners to be started, then only it will be treated as a cooling degree days. Okay, I may be saying air condition need to be started, but it need not be, as long as the actual temperature is more than the base temperature, it will be treated as a heating degree day. So with this we come to an end of this session. We'll continue with the next session with the remaining part of the weather derivative contracts, and thanking all of you.